Hey everybody, it is just about 2 o'clock. We are going to give it a minute or two. So today we're going to be drawing Toothless. That is our Friday challenge. This is probably going to be a long one, definitely an hour. I'll try not to let it go over that too much if it does. I think the drawing is going to take a bit. I think coloring is going to be a lot quicker. So, and you only need a few colors: black, brown, a really dark red, green. If you have paint pens, white. You know, a lot of rock painters have paint pens. It's like that. You just got to shake it up so it mixes the paint inside. I'm going to give it about 1 more minute. Like I said, this will probably be a long one. So. All right, let's get started. So we need to put an oval. Let's see, about right here. Make it kind of tilted. This is going to be his head. Let's see, right there. And now we're going to put another one, a larger, right to the side of it. This is going to give us the base for our body. You know, I was saying earlier in the week how I had that new paper that I was able to buy in bulk. Well, for today I switched back to the Bristol board because I just know this is going to be a lot of drawing and a lot of coloring. And then because I'm using the paint marker, I don't want it to seep through the paper. In Bristol board, it won't seep through. All right. So we got that. So now we're going to kind of rough in where his legs are going to be. Okay. I'm thinking probably right about there. And then on the other side, right about there. Because they're kind of crossed. You can connect these two right here. And we can connect these two right here. All right. So now for the back half of his body, I'm just going to make a little cone, and that's what's going to go down to his tail. This will be like the back end of his body, and then his tail. So I'll just do like that. You just need to make like a stump right there, like a nose right there. All right. So now, right after that front leg that you roughed in, I'm gonna put another one. You're gonna turn this one a little bit. So you're gonna come down and then over. And then the same thing. All right. So now we're gonna just rough the rest of the tail in. And we know it's gonna be here. Down there. And it's gonna come down here. Now let's shorten it up a little bit. And that's his tail. And then you have that part that was made for him. Let's stick that out right here. One more. Bring it down. Right. Let me see if I can take this light out a little bit. It might be a little too bright. I think that looks a little better. All right, moving on. So now we have his body roughed in, got his tail roughed in. Now we're going to start putting in the wings a little bit. So that one wing is going to come out right here. Because you're only seeing just that shoulder point, right? Right there. Now, this is the big one. So we're going to bring that out. I'm going to bring it up. Kind of bring it in, bring it up and then in. Just a little bit. Because that's going to show that curve in the wing. All right. Now, you go ahead and bring it down. Up here. Bring it down. Got a little point there. One point there. One there. There we go. And then from this wing back here, you're just going to draw the back tip of the wing right behind him. Curve there. A little curve. All right. And let me bring it up a little so you can see. You see we have the head, oval there, circle here, the wings, that little triangle point there, the tail, like an arrowhead. All right. Have the markings for the legs that are crisscrossed right there. Back leg there. That's the tail. That's a little bit of the body in there. We can actually go ahead and rough a little bit of that back wing right into that space too. And then with this being the tail, put a couple little points on it that he has. Right? And the wing. Right. Alright. So now we have all that. Now I'll go ahead and start some of the detail. That's where the things are really going to come together. So we'll start with the head. So we're just going to come down. I'm going to flatten that bottom just a little bit. Alright. Come out. Back in. Well, just like a subtle point right there. Alright. And we know that he has his ear right there. Right. And then I'll put one on the other side. Make that one a lot bigger because the way his head is turned, it's going to add your perspective to it. Right? Come in. So now I'm following that oval again. I'm going to put a little gap right in here, just a little space, because then he has those other two little points on the back of his head. All right. So now we're just going to roughen his mouth a little bit. When you do his mouth, it's very subtle in here, but try not to make it a completely straight line. Go ahead and let it just sketch and be a little bit rougher. All right. And it's going to stop right here. All right. It'll show better once we ink it. You'll be able to see it better. So let's put his nose in. Or, no, not his nose, but his nostrils. All right, it's just two little lines. Now for his eyes. So we can draw two circles. Right here. Now he looks a little creepy. He's got a little Jack Skellington look to him. But we're going to fix that once we start putting some lines in. Flatten out the bottom. come up. Right? And over to the other side. The other side's more slanted because of the way his head is turned. Nonetheless, it is still, you still start it with a circle. And you put the eye in there. Much better. All right. So now we'll do work a little bit on his body here. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We have to put the, he's got like these things here on the side of his head. I don't know what they're called. Some kind of something there. There we go. All right, back to the body here. We're going to just curve this off a little bit. Come straight down. And bring it out to where that leg is. Come in. Quick curve. Then the back of the leg, same thing. And down. Okay. We'll do the other leg first, and then we'll go ahead and put his claws and stuff in there. Bring this one down. Now this front leg actually looks real thin in comparison to the body build, but once you start putting other things in, it clears up a little bit. It makes more sense. All right, come up to the other side. Bring that down. That's going to bump a little bit. And then go right into that wing. All right. We can darken that line up. Again, this does not, a lot of these lines don't have to be perfectly straight lines. You know, he is a dragon, he is an animal, so animals in nature don't have straight body lines. All right. So we're going to stop right there for now on that wing. I'm going to cut over to this side. All right, we're going to finish this one off real quick. This one will be an easy finish. All right. So now this top line, now this wing kind of has a little fold right in here. All right, because it's back behind him. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, let's move back over to the other wing. here and curve that in right there. So now we're going to work on this front part of the wing and then finish that off. So right here, where his shoulder would be, right, just going to make a curved line, bring it down, right down to the leg, and curve it back up. All right. I'm going to follow that wing line all the way up. Just like that. All right. And then up here where this line is, just below it, we're going to attach these lines. Just like that. And then bring it down about halfway. Alright. And then we're going to just turn it up to there. Alright. Now we'll finish this back end here. A little lump there. And it's going to come out. And then down to where that back leg line was. We're attaching this leg to the body. Right. So now we have the back of that tail. Bring that around again. Just want to bring this wing line up a little bit more. There we go. Alright. Finish off this wing that's behind. Come up a little higher here. Just gonna put a couple little veins in the wing there. We're going to do it to this one too. I'm going to start here, right where this one is. All right. And just do a thin double line that goes right into the vein of the wing. It doesn't have to go all the way up, but you just want to make sure that they're full to the end here. There we go. Just like that. Now we'll do this where this tail and this little piece of wing and tail are. All right. We'll finish that line right there. Okay. And we have just this little piece of his other wing that you can just barely see. Right there. Yeah. Your tail. Now make sure when you do that tail part, it's the same thickness as this one. If not, then it'll look weird. It'll look like you put two different things in there, and they won't understand what it is. So make sure that the tail thickness in this side is the same as in here, because then it gets thicker as it hits the body. All right, now for the tail. Bring that line down. That's the point in his tail there. This is the real part of his tail. And then the other piece that's behind is the one that Hiccup put in there. Let me fix this. Put too much swoop in that. And just put a couple lines in there. All right, now for Hiccup's part. Make sure you draw this part big enough, because there is a little symbol and stuff that we're going to draw in there. So make sure that you have enough room for that. All right. All right. Now the symbol that's in there, it looks like a little Viking head. Let's see if I can show you here. Move things around a little bit. See, that's that little symbol that's on his prefab tail fin. I'll put a couple vein lines through there. All right, let's finish off his feet. Oh, speaking of feet, what we do have to do, which I forgot, it's an easy fix though, is he doesn't have just 3 legs, it has 4. So in between, are we losing? Are we out of focus? I can't tell. Stand by, everybody. Let's just try and get this focus fixed. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So we have to put his other back leg in, which really all we have to do is put a couple little round swoops in there. Right? Now we'll finish off his feet. I'm just going to put a couple. Just going to put a couple they look like teeth, but they're not teeth. They're just, I don't know. Same at the back. Just put a couple little tethers in there so you can see them. Now I'll go ahead and raise this up so you guys can get a better look. I have a new camera stand, camera holder, camera stand. It's not a tripod, it's a clamp on that I'll be able to clamp on to the computer or to a pole, my light pole here, and I'll be able to give you a better view and be able to go in and out a little bit better. So, look at that. We did it. Hopefully you guys are at the same point where I am. I'm going to give you a minute or two to play a little catch up if you need to, and then we will go from there. I'll get my colors together and get my ink, and we'll start to ink it and do some color. All right. So I'll give it like 1 minute. Rona Hill, you are very welcome. I am live every day at 2 p.m. Not on the weekends, but other than that, I am live just about every single day, and we always draw something. If you have any ideas of anything that you would like to draw, shoot me a message. I always try and take some requests if I can. All right. Let's go ahead and get started, all right? We'll add some color. We'll add some color to this. I'm actually gonna, because most of this guy is black, I'm actually gonna skip the ink part and go right to marker and just clean everything up as I do use the markers. You can do the same, or you can ink whatever you feel more comfortable with doing. I do have a nice big Sharpie marker that I'm going to be using. I have a white paint pen. Again, I told you earlier that I'm going to be using. And it's like, it's like two different colors on this part here. Well, not two colors, but it's, well, welcome you guys. It's glad to see everybody. How are they doing? Are they doing good, Rona? you can actually go back. If you look down on my Spectrum Art page, I have a YouTube channel that has about 20 or so videos that you guys can draw to. I've been doing this for several weeks, since everything shut down. But yeah, I have a lot of videos on. I think I have like 21 or 22 videos on there. So, and I am glad you guys are all here. Oh, all right. Because there's so much black in this guy, normally I would go through and erase a lot of the pencil marks, but because so many of those pencil lines you're not even going to see, that I'm going to draw them and add my highlights and stuff to them. And if there's pencil lines still there, then I'll erase them. But until then, I'll just keep going this way. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to stay a little bit away from the eyes, because I have a fine black marker that I'm going to go in with to do those, so I don't lose any of that detail in there. I know I just drew over his mouth, but when I add the highlights with the paint marker, that will make that all stand out. All right, so that's what we're going to do there. All right. I'm just leaving that light line there, that little bit of separation, just so I know where the lines are for his head. It doesn't get all muddled together. And then once I start doing some of the other details, I'll be able to highlight some of those areas and make it stand out more. We're getting there. You see, I drew those just specifically for this marker, so I wouldn't have to keep going over and over and over. And then there's vein lines that are in there. We'll go back again with some white, and then we'll highlight all that. Doing the same thing here. I'm just leaving just the tiniest of line just to show some separation. And then when I go back again and do details, like I know I said it twice, but then it will all show up. We can also, and I'll show you a little trick when we start to put the detail in. You can actually color pencil lays real nice over this black marker, so you could even go in there with color pencil and do some highlights. And maybe I'll show you that. We'll break out the color pencil. Hey Rona, make sure when those guys are finished, go ahead and post those in the comments. I'd love to see what they're doing. And if there's anything specific that they want to draw, again, let me know, and I will go ahead and customize a little something for you guys. Remember, when you're using marker, again, I say it every day, always make sure that you color in the same direction. Don't go this way or that way, or because you'll see all those lines. Now with black, it's not too bad. You don't see a whole lot. But with other colors, seeing all those lines can actually ruin your picture. So, and again, I'm just leaving these little white lines so that way I can just, it's going to tell me where to put the detail. And then I'll go back and color that in. I know it just looks like a black blob right now, but we are going to fix that. I said we can go in there with a little color pencil and do some highlights. use the paint pen to do some highlights. Grab my pencils. I basically have a suitcase that has all my current art supplies that I travel with a lot of times. So now we can go through and do a couple different things here. Now we definitely need some green for his eyes. His eyes have like this lime green color to them. Let's see. So I'm going to add a little bit of that green. I'm going to try to not go all the way to where his pupil is. I want to leave a little bit of white in there. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to go right in, do his pupils. Now he has two different types of pupils. So if you know when he's in toothless mode with hiccup, he has real wide pupils. But in dragon mode, they're like thin, just thin lines. There we go. Now I'm going to go back with my thicker marker and just fill in these spots. There we go. All right. Now let's conquer the tail here. Now it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe a burnt orange color. So I'm thinking what I can do is put this light brown color in. Okay, let me switch to the other tip. It's a little tight in here for that broader tip marker. But I think if I go in with this is called brown gray. So it's basically a muted brown. Like Like if you were drawing something like beige or tan, this would be the color that you use to make a shadow. Like if it has a shadow underneath or under the arms, or shadow under your chin, this is what you would use. I think if I go back and put a little orange over top, I think we can get a good mixture of color. Which it did. It did. Luckily, it did exactly what I want, because, sometimes mixing those colors is literally a hit and miss. So now, what we can do, now what I have here is a charcoal white pencil that I'm going to use to go through and add just a little bit of highlight to some pieces. I'm going to fill all this in. Now the bonus to this is that I can actually see the pencil marks through this marker. I have the light set just right and everything else just right, which is all luck. But I can see the pencil lines through here where I can add my white lines to it. And we'll go in there with a maybe a white color pencil too, just to make some softer lines. I have this one here. So we want to add just a little shine to his body here. And we'll do like that. Real soft. See? And you can see that in the camera. That difference between the black and the brought up white. We're going to do that all around here. Real soft. Around his head. Bring it down. All right. Now he has a lot of shading on his head. I'm going to try the charcoal pencil first. Because it's real bright on his head. See what I'm doing? I'm just brushing that top layer of dust that this makes on it, just so it's not overpowering what we're doing here. Now, in some spots where I want to make it look like it has scale, let's see if I can bring it up. See, and I just leave those dots through there, and that looks like scaling. Now I'm just going to put a thin line just where his mouth was, just so you can see a little bit of it. Okay. And a little to the tail, or to the wing, I'm sorry. I'm just going to put a little right here. Nothing too heavy because it's underneath them, so you just want just a light. Finishes this leg here. This is the bonus to having a studio that's basically stocked like an art store. I have so much supplies. I probably have more supplies than a school does, and it allows me to pretty much do any type of art that I want to do. I do a lot of painting as well. I paint a lot of rocks for people, you know. So if anyone's interested in doing a rock painting tutorial, we can do that too. I am totally up for it. I would be happy to do it. I love painting rocks. That would be a fun online tutorial. Everybody holding up okay? All right. Let me go back and add some detail again. So up here, and a little up here. Just want to put a little soft line right through there. put some on the high tip of the wing. Now you can go pretty bright with that one because it's just up in the air, more shine to it. Now where we did those ribs, I want to add just a thin white line for those. I don't want to do it real dark, but I just want a little bit of highlight. Right? All right. So now from there, oh, sorry about that, guys. So from there, now this front leg is going to have a lot. So what I want to do is put that in pretty heavy. I'll soften it up as I go along. All through here. All right. I'm going to tell you that we are actually pretty close to done. I think we got finished a little sooner than I expected, which is not a bad thing. It's always a good thing. I don't want to bore anybody to death with my drawing, but I do love to share it with you guys. Just going to put a thin line to show this leg, because obviously it's all black, so parts of it get muddled up, and I want to get rid of that and try and make it not look like a big black blob of ink. What I'm doing is he's got like these little things here on his head, so I'm just trying to add those in over top of the white, so that way they show a little bit more, and then I'll put that line. All right. I actually think that we might be finished. Oh no, we're not quite finished yet. I do have to do his toes down here on the bottom. Let me find a good color here, because they're not white, they're more gray. So I'm going to try and find the palest gray that I have. So I have this, which is called warm gray. Yeah, that's perfect. And then what I'll do is I'll go back real quick with a Sharpie marker, that thin point one that I use a lot, and go ahead and outline these a little bit so they show a little better. I'll add a little white to the very tips. I should probably outline this in black while I'm at it. If I jump around too much, just let me know, and I will slow it down a little bit. So I'm just going to go in. The white color pencil. So I just want it to be just a very little bit, and sometimes that charcoal just leaves a little too much, and I want these to be very, very subtle. Well, I think I think we are actually done. I think we were very successful in drawing Toothless. This is actually the first time that I've ever drawn him, so I'm pretty happy with this. And I got to do one more thing. Let's see. Because he needs a little shine in his eyes. Well, maybe we'll do this. Look at that. That's much better. I could go back and touch this thing up for hours. So I'm going to stop because I think it looks good. I think we did exactly what we needed to do. Just putting in some ink in the eyes there for our Viking face. I'm going to move all this out of the way, give you a better look at it. There we go. That is my Toothless. All right. Well, Rona Hill, I hope your group had a great time. Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock. You can join me in drawing. I would be happy to have you every day. If you have any requests, let me know, because I will go ahead and tailor anything for you guys if you want to do something special. All right. Don't forget to sign your stuff. Always sign your art. All right, guys. So I will see everybody on Monday. If you have any ideas, you can add them to this post or message me from this page. I take requests. I love requests. I will release the next 5 probably Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. So be ready for that. Other than that, have a great weekend. It's not too bad out today. It's a little chilly, but it's still a good day to get out and get some exercise. Saturday's going to rain. Sunday's going to be beautiful. It's supposed to be warm and sunny, so I will be cooking out with the family that day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right. I will talk to you all soon. Bye now.